Hello friends, I'm Dana. Welcome back to Crochet and Crumpets. Today I'm starting a huge project that I've been wanting to do for a couple years now. I've moved several times in the last couple years, so I've had to organize my yarn, pack it up, reorganize my yarn, pack it up several times. So I finally got it all settled. I got all my yarn set up and ready to rock. I got so inspired and I crocheted nonstop for like 2 or 3 months straight, made so many beautiful items. But while I was going through all my crochet, I came across all of my WIPs, and then this is the pile of frog or finish. This is where we're at today. So today, I'm not just going through a couple of my WIPs, I'm going through every single one of them, and I have to decide which of these WIPs I am finishing and which of them I am frogging. So this is gonna be like a 2-week-long adventure, I think. Maybe longer, we'll see. Woo! But what I do know is I'm sick of looking at this. I either need to finish it and sell it, or put it in my closet, or frog it. So while I was doing my bandana design, I made like 15 mock-ups. These two were close, but not quite. And then also the yarn I used is too stiff, so I'm gonna use the yarn for something else. This goes in the frog pile. Where's my frog pile? I think we're gonna need a frog basket. This goes in the frog basket. Yes, quite. This is a blanket I started and it's so pretty, but I'm not going to spend the time to finish this. I love this color. I want to make it into one of my meditation rugs instead. That goes in the frog basket. Now, this little number I love, however, I love it and I hate it at the same time. I love the mini skirt part of it, but I don't love the shells and the fringe. And also, this yarn has been discontinued, so I want to frog it just so I have a little more of this pretty purple yarn. I'm gonna save the fringe for a different project just in case I want to use it. Now I need to get a fringe basket, but that's actually going to go in my frog basket. I also want to get some elastic thread, use that on the waistline so it cinches in a little bit because it has stretched out a tiny bit. And I want to be able to wear this on a regular basis. It is so cute. I have this really cute pride top. I just need to weave in the ends. I got a little lazy. I think this is so cute, but this will go in my finish pile. This is a shawl that is finished. However, plot twist, it needs fringe. This is actually finished. I just need to put that away. This was a poncho I started and somehow I was increasing stitches each time. I wasn't paying attention. So this goes in the frog pile. And then this is a spirit hood. I wanted to try and make, you know, those trendy spirit hoods with the little pockets in the side. And I got about half finished and it's really cute. I might have run out of yarn. Is that the problem? I don't know. If I have the yarn, I will finish this. I want this to be like a zero spend frog or finish all my WIPs type of thing. Oh, and I even put the pattern on the inside. Good job, Dana, but that will be a finisher. Oh, we have so much more to go. This was a cute top I was making, but this stitch was not fun for me, so I just stopped halfway through. That's gonna be a frog. This is another boho top I made a couple years ago. However, this is the wrong yarn for this type of project. So I think I will frog this, but I'll keep the granny squares and make it into something else. She doesn't want to be a boho crop top anymore. This is one of my favorite things I've ever made. Seriously. Now this is one I was just kind of doing jazz improv when I made this one. I wanted to make a really thick, chunky sweater. So I made this gigantic sleeve and it's super intricate. I don't even remember how I did it to make the other sleeve. I did this when I was back in Utah, like forever ago, and it took a while. I do know which yarn I used. I'll just follow it one row at a time, but it's got these like crisscross braids and stuff going on. I just went really rogue with it, but I think it's so cool. So hopefully I can recreate it on the other side. And then as far as the body goes, I think I'll use a lot of the brown color and the white color. How cute would that be as a full sweater? I need to finish this. It's more of like a fall time vibe. So this is also that same yarn that has been discontinued, but I think I have enough to finish this one sweater. So we'll check on the yarn situation. Oh my gosh, so many granny squares. This was going to be a crop top. I think I ran out of yarn, so we're gonna frog it. This was gonna be a journal cover, but I didn't like how it was working up, so I just kind of stopped halfway through. So I just need to take the time to frog this. Can't imagine why I didn't want to spend my time doing that. These are 2 more blankets I ended up increasing on. This was before I really knew how to crochet, and it kind of looks like it could be like a fun garment. No, it's just a blanket that started to curve. So we're gonna save the yarn. Frog it, frog it. Here's another finished boho top that I just need to hang up and find a spot for. This is a finished hoodie that I need to fold, find a spot for. This is pretty cute. I kind of like it. I put a back on it though, and then it didn't fit. Maybe I can use some elastic thread on the back and make it stretchy and cinch in a little bit, but I think this is super cute. Maybe add some shoulders onto it somehow. I like this. We're gonna finish that. I like it. This is one of my very first projects when I was practicing granny squares and didn't understand that you just don't use certain yarn for certain projects. It's not a good look. We are going to frog it. I do wonder if I can save the granny squares and use them for something else though. We'll see. We'll see. Now I have a bunch of WIPs over here that I've recently started. I just finished my pattern for my spring buds sweater and I want one in every color now. I had a bunch of ombre yarn left over from my shawls, so I made that into a spring buds sweater. I love this rosy color, so I have like almost a front panel done, and then here is another front panel. This is gonna be cute. I have partial front panel of this color, and I have a partial front panel of yellow. I also want to take out that bandana from earlier because I feel like I'm not gonna have enough of this yellow, so I think I'll need it. And then I also made this sweater. It's like a spring sweater as well. I'm calling it Picket Fences. I made it before and loved it, but I wanted a more cinched waist. So if I like this, I will mock up the pattern for you and share it with you guys. Also, I was thinking you guys would want more tutorials, like follow along videos, but I've been getting a lot of requests for patterns. So from now on, anytime I make a tutorial, I will include a pattern. And if I make a pattern, I will include helpful like video segments that will help show you how to do the stitch and stuff. And if you've ordered my bandanas or my shawl, like the ombre trio, I resent you a new PDF, and I did include the pattern along with the video tutorial because enough of you have requested the pattern that I wanted to write it up for you guys and send it out. So check your email if you've already ordered those. Now this is a pile of bandanas I need to finish. Mostly it's just the straps. This was supposed to be like an ombre red. I might turn it into a strawberry. That might be a frog. I'll decide by the end of this little project. While I was in Sedona recently, we went on a bus tour and I crocheted pretty much the whole bus ride because we went from Sedona up to the Grand Canyon. If you want to see my travel videos, check out my other channel. I'll link it down below. It's Montana Dana. But anyway, I made a couple bandanas for Pride Month. These will be the same pattern as these. I'm calling this one crayons. This one's Pride, and then we have a trans Pride, and then we have the sparkle pony bandana. So cute. I don't know if you can see it, but it's glitter-tastic. This is actually the stripes pattern from my bandanas tutorial. This is a gems bandana I need to finish. And then these ones, I think this is a frog. I had this sugar wheel cotton yarn, but it's from a couple years ago, so it's a different lot. So like, these are the same color technically of the sugar wheel, but they're from 2 different lots, so they definitely do not match. This, I don't know if I love it. Maybe with a white border, a yellow border. If it's not like a hell yes, it's a no, I think. I think we'll finish it because we've come so far, and we'll put it up on the website and see if that's someone's jam. These are the same thing. Like, I love this color, but We might have to just frog these and use them as scrap yarn because I don't think this color exists in this exact shade anymore. This is another one where I have to go buy stuff to finish it. Same with this one. I don't want to buy more yarn to finish these projects. This is a finish, this is a finish, this one's a finish. Here's my finish pile, and I think this has to be my frog pile because I don't want to buy more yarn right now. See how the color is different here? I don't know. I think this is a frog. We'll go with that. That feels right. You go in the frog basket. This is a bandana design I tried and I didn't love, so that's going in the frog basket. Oh my, what else do we have here? I know this is a frog. I don't like the lily sugar and cream for bandanas. I tried because that's a pretty colorway, but it's just very pokey when you put it on your head. It's very stiff cotton. So I don't even know what this was, but it's gonna be in the frog pile. I made this several months ago and I love it. It all started when I was practicing making my flowers, and then I turned them into a baby granny square, and our granny square just kept growing and growing and growing and growing and became this lovely number. No notes, I love it. I actually did have one note. I'm going to put some ribbing at the bottom of the front and back panel, make it a little longer on the waist. I think that'll be adorable. So that's going in the finished pile. So I started making it in this colorscape. We used the beige and brown rainbow and then a pop of this like foresty green. It's gonna be so cute. So I definitely want to finish this. No frogging here. This goes in the finished pile. I have made, let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3. I need 10 granny squares to make this. I have 1 or 6. I have 6 of them made. So let me know if you want a pattern for this one. There's 2 different versions. There's one with the flower and one without. It's very 60s, 70s. Like I feel like I need to own a VW bus. This was some high-waisted jeans. So cute. This one's a little more warm than my summer sweater is, but it's okay. We're gonna crank the AC and pretend it's sweater season. Good times, good times. Now I've already made the Spring Buds sweaters, but I have made 3 different versions of it and I finally got it perfected. And I don't like how this one is fitting as much as I like the other ones. I've only made a couple changes, but the main one is I have shrunk the waist a little bit so that it's just a little more fitted and we don't have this weird like poof in the back, but it's still cute. So I'm like, I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna frog or finish this one. I mean, it's still wearable. When I have jeans on and I tuck it up in my bra, it's so cute. So it's still wearable, so I think I'm gonna keep this one just because it's finished, even though it's not like my final design, but it's still cute and I still love her. And it is still 101 degrees outside, so maybe in November, my love, maybe in November. But if you live somewhere where you have those cool summer nights, definitely make yourself a Spring Buds sweater. They're so cute. I genuinely want to make one in every single color. And plot twist, she did make one in every single color. ADHD much? More on that later. And now we have our fringe pieces. But wait, there's more. I also have 2 ponchos that I need to add fringe to. 3 ponchos. So I have 4 shawls and 3 ponchos that I need to add fringe to. I already cut the fringe a couple months ago. It's sitting here waiting for you to put it on. Okay, ready, set, and fringe. That was easy enough. Why do I have to love fringe so much? I don't know, but I do, and I do love these shawls. This is a random poncho I made. I would like to make more of these, and I couldn't decide which color scheme to go with, so I just went with Allum, A-L-L-U-M-N. When you can't decide which color to use, just use Allum. Literally used every color that I had in this type of yarn. I forget what yarn it was, but it was on sale at Joann's back in the day. I think it'll look cute with white fringe. Next up, I have these retro baby blankets that I want to finish. I have these 3 colors here. This is a really good beginner project. If you've never crocheted anything, it's just granny stitch the whole way through. I originally made these for a set of quintuplets. They each had their own color. Logan's is blue, Violet's is purple, Lily likes pink, Daisy likes yellow, and Lincoln likes green, but he kept saying, my favorite color is orange. I had already made him a green one. But if Lincoln likes orange, then and orange he shall get. So that inspired these blankets. And then I wanted to try it in a few different colors. So we have green, cherry, and then hot pink. And then one of the quintuplets wanted me to make matching blankets for their cat.
I want to say hi to her.
You want to FaceTime? Okay, who do you want to FaceTime?
Dana.
What are you going to tell her?
I want to tell her, can you make a blanket for Millie?
You want Dana to make a blanket for Millie. Okay. I think she'll see this, so we'll ask her. Cool?
How can I say no to this face?
I want to say hi to her.
You want to FaceTime? Okay, who do you want to FaceTime?
Dana.
You know what I mean? So I found all their colors. Lily, Violet, Daisy, Logan, and Lincoln. I ran out of yarn for the blue one, so I still haven't finished it. I need to finish that and get it to them. But anyway, I want to finish these 3 colors. I also want to make it in more neutral colors and maybe some pastels. I think that'd be really pretty. Let me know if you want a pattern for this one. Testing audio. Okay, plot twist. It's 2 weeks later, so neither did I end up frogging nor finishing anything that day. So what had happened was I filmed for about an hour and a half and then watched back my footage and realized that my mic had died partway through. Testing audio. I lost 100% of my frogging and finishing motivation and decided to pick up filming another day. So I'm just gonna do a little voiceover since there is no audio. I've gotten everything separated into the correct piles and I'm gonna start frogging and finishing in the next video. This was kind of a blessing in disguise though, because during that time I went through some boxes in my garage and found my yarn winder, which I had never used and has come in so handy. Why have I not been using this whole time? So anyway, this was actually beginning of June when I filmed this, so I was making all the Pride stuff. This is a trans scrunchie to match the trans bandana, but I didn't like how it was working up. It was just too large. I'm gonna do it in the same colors, but with a different material, different yarn. So as cute as this is, it's going in the frog pile. And then I have this t-shirt yarn that I want to make a purse out of, and I started it one day and then threw it in my finish pile and it got tangled up with everything. I'm pretty sure I made another bank heist joke because it looks like laser beams. Haha, so funny. And I'm gonna frog this purse because I started it, realized I wasn't gonna have enough of the t-shirt yarn to finish it, and I refuse to buy more yarn right now. I'm just working with what I have. So if I don't have the yarn to finish it, I'm frogging it. End of story. It may or may not have taken 20 minutes to get this untangled. Good times. Good times. Oh, and look, what's this? Another rectangle. I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be a bandeau at some point. And it is making sweet, sweet love to my t-shirt yarn. So we're gonna have to cut those 2 off. Get a room, geez. Here's another finished boho crop. That needs to be put away in my closet. This is a Lily Sugar and Cream top. I was increasing on the left side, but not on the right side. So I want to frog this and remake it. Here is a rose purse I started, but I was using t-shirt yarn and it was all way too large. It was gonna be like gym bag size, which I actually wasn't against. But again, I didn't have enough t-shirt yarn to finish it. But I'm gonna try this in another video. If you guys have any tutorials for a rose purse, send them my way. I really wanna make one. Next, we have a slouchy beanie. This beanie I made several years ago. I was trying to do kind of more of a knit stitch look, but it's still crochet. I thought I was gonna frog that, but it looks kind of cute. So that's going in the keep pile. Here's a bralette I made last year. That needs to be put away. Now, this top is really cute. It's Lily Sugar and Cream. I love the tied shoulders, but I put in these like weird boob things. I made it straight across and it wasn't covering enough, so I kind of added some little rainbow looking things near the cha-chas, and I don't know, I like the idea of this. Love the tied straps, but gonna frog it and just kind of tweak that design a little bit. This was the beginning of a shirt. This is a bralette that I wore and enjoyed, and it got so stretched out that I'm gonna frog it, maybe redo it with a little more sturdy of a yarn. I think I made it out of acrylic yarn. I'll do a cotton instead because I really like the red bandeau thing. This was one of my first necklace designs. I've been making chokers with little gemstones on them, super cute. And I was thinking about using this for a belt, but again, I need to do it with more sturdy cotton if I'm gonna use it for a belt, so that's a frog. Holy, someone please send all of the help. Note to self, never let the t-shirt yarn play with the friends. It's a bad influence. I remember being really funny in this moment. I'm kind of sad I lost the audio, but oh well, there goes my Netflix comedy special. So this was a cute little bandeau top idea, but doesn't fit over my shoulders nor my hips. So I have a lot of dump in my trunk and I have broad shoulders. So crochet tops and skirts are very tricky for me. So in the future, I will probably add straps to things so I can tighten them later, but pretty color, like it. That's a frog. And then we have just like random granny squares. I kept wanting to make all the different colors of my boho fringe crop top. Here's one that's more of like a periwinkle color, really pretty. So that's gonna go in the finished pile. I'm gonna make another boho fringe top out of it. Here's another granny square. I think I'm gonna make a bunch of these and make a huge sweater out of it for the winter time. And then I actually have about 15 of these bralettes that look finished, and they are finished, but they're really uncomfortable because the straps are so skinny. So I've come up with a new strap idea. It's way more comfy. And I'm also going to add one more row around the cha-chas because I want to be able to wear this with a skirt or high-waisted pants. And so I want it to have a little more coverage. Oh, here's a really cute Shells mermaid bandana I was making. I might turn this into an over the bathing suit top. Definitely a finisher. I don't know what she's gonna be yet. She's cute. She's kind of a pain in the butt though, because I have to go through and separate this sparkly sugarloaf cotton yarn, but I'm really liking these colors. Then I'm also making my summer buds top out of this yarn, and I'll be doing that in the next video. It's very cute. I'll also release the pattern for that. In the next video, I'm showing you the really pretty strap that I'm adding not only to the bandanas, but also to my bralettes. They're a lot thicker so they don't dig into your skin, and they're really pretty. I've been making a bandana to match each one of my ombre shawls. This one I had to go find different skeins of yarn to make the ombre, and so I used the scraps for this bandana. Have to finish that. I guess I did finish one or two things that evening. I finished one of my spring buds front panels. Actually, I finished two of my spring buds front panels, so that's good. I got something done that day at least, but while I was crocheting those, I got the idea to see how many I could make in a week. Because I started getting all these front panels, but I'm like, ooh, I want to be able to wear these. So that will be in a future video coming up as well. So I have a bunch of different projects I'm working on. And I also made a video, if you haven't seen it already, of trying to crochet one spring bud sweater in one day. Check that out if you haven't seen it already. Lots of projects in the works, and I'm posting on a regular Tuesday, Thursday schedule on this channel and a regular Monday, Friday schedule on my vlog channel if you want to see different types of content from me. And if I have the time or inspiration, I will occasionally post a Saturday video, so make sure you're subscribed with the bell turned on so you don't miss any future content. And if you have any video ideas for me, let me know in the comments below. My Frogger finish video is coming up on Tuesday, and then my how many spring bud sweaters can I make in a week is coming up on Thursday. So we will see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a fun 4th of July if you live in the States. And if you don't, I hope you have a beautiful day anyway. See you next time.